Jed. Good afternoon, everybody. This is, I'm Scott Merrick, your chair, and this is the TAC Planning meeting for February 9th, 2023. We'll call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the agenda. Does anybody have any additions to the agenda as presented? If not, we'll approve the agenda as shown on the screen. Item number 2 is approval of the January 12th, 2023 TAC Planning minutes. So is there a motion to approve the minutes?
Move for approval, Mahowald.
This is Ben Picone, second.
Okay, did you get the names of the people there, Jed?
Yes, I did.
Been moved and seconded to approve the TAC Planning minutes of January 12th, 2023. Jed, can you call the roll, please?
Johansson.
Oh, I'm here now.
Oh, excuse me. Stenson.
Aye.
Picone.
Aye.
Dermody.
Aye.
Reef. Howley. Burns.
Aye.
Katsukos.
Aye.
Mitiko. Ao. Forsland.
Aye.
Atkins.
Aye.
Mayel.
I'll abstain. I wasn't there.
Allen.
Abstain since I was not there.
Beckwith.
Aye.
Corbett. Larson.
Aye.
Abney. Merrick.
Aye.
Mahowald.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, there are 11 ayes and 2 abstentions.
All right, thank you, Jed. So the minutes are approved.
Mr. Chair.
Yes, Innocent.
Yeah, this is Innocent Teo. I would abstain. I wasn't here last month.
Okay, thank you. Innocent abstains. Motion is approved for approval of minutes of January 12th. Next item is, are there any public that wanted to speak or comment today, Jed?
No one has signed up to speak at this meeting.
Okay, so we'll move on to the one item of business, which is an amendment to the 2023 work program. We have Amy and David that are presenting, I believe.
Yeah, Mr. Chair. It's Dave. Just me for this presentation. But if you're ready to proceed, I am ready to present.
Go ahead, we're ready for you. Thank you.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. Dave Burns. Hope you are doing well. If you could go to the next slide, please, Jed. Okay, so you might be wondering, why are they doing an amendment this early in the year? Well, there's a reason for that. Actually, the UPWP was adopted in October of 2022, and it really began to go through the TAC process well in advance of that. We're talking like August or even July of the year prior. So, in 2022 for 2023. And at that point, project managers must provide sort of an estimate of each project's budget, and numerous factors may cause a delay in when a project starts or a change of scope, along with other changes. So basically, this amendment adjusts this scopes of work for some consultant projects, the cost, and the timeliness, or the timelines of the consultant studies, We also clarified some language, added 2 new studies, which I'll detail a little later on. And just note here, the total cost adjustment is an additional $316,000 just for 2023. Now I'm going to go through some of the adjustments to the studies, and you're going to see amounts that would look like they'd exceed $316,000, but those are for years 2024 and 2025. I want to note here that the federal planning funds remain unchanged. We are using local overmatch to fund these changes in the studies. Next slide, please. I'm not going to go over all of these, but they are documented in the attachment, which has the revised language and tracked and the changes tracked. It's Appendix C of the UPWP, which really talks about the consultant studies. But in addition, we did incorporate additional details of how our travel behavior inventory is funded per federal request. We added a significant sum to the regional solicitation evaluation study, and this is something Chair Merrick should know a good bit about. This is really to address how we can better tie performance measures into the regional solicitation evaluation process. So this is something that we heard from our partners and thought it was very important to include within this study. The principal arterial intersection mobility study amendment allows us to use the 2050 transportation model for the project and allows it to better align with the 2050 TPP. So that change was necessary, as well as that change in the budget. And then we also have new tasks within the urban freight distribution study, which kind of focus on parcel delivery, how parcel delivery impacts VMT and greenhouse gases, and strategies to help mitigate the negative effects. In addition to that, you see some adjusted schedules, some other smaller added work tasks to existing 2023 or prior to 2023 studies, and other minor corrections and adjustments. Next page, please. Yeah, the 2 new studies added to the UPWP versus the electric vehicle public engagement and city sports study. This is a study that provides information and programs that help individuals and cities make decisions on charging infrastructure and vehicle investment. Our total budget is $125,000 to $175,000, depending on kind of what we get back in terms of quotes from consultants. And this is a study that's going to end at the end of next year, Q4 2024. Additionally, we have a regional stops model update. This updates the transit forecasting stops modeling program to incorporate 2022 onboard survey data, which is really essential to get the most up-to-date data on transit forecasting. Budget of $85,000 and projected end date of Q3 2024. If there's any specific questions on those 2 new studies, we do have the project managers for those studies available, and they can answer any more specific questions. So here you see the updated budget. As you can see, nothing changed in salary cost. Everything is adjusted in the consultant costs. Again, this only reflects 2023. So if the numbers don't match up with what we have for the total project budget, it's because it's in either 2024 or 2025. And no adjustment to our federal CPG or consolidated planning grant funds, and we will be using local overmatch to cover this amendment. And with that, I am more than happy to answer any questions.
All right, thank you for that, Dave. Yeah, and I guess I want to thank staff for the consideration of the performance measure, additional work for the regional solicitation evaluation. That's, I think everybody knows that's been a pretty significant discussion we've had over the last 6 months or so. So we appreciate the consideration there. Any other questions or comments for staff on these amendments to the UPWP? All right, if not, Jed, are you looking for a formal motion to recommend this to TAC?
Yes, Mr. Chair, the motion language is on the screen.
Okay, guess would somebody like to make the motion that is suggested on the screen by staff?
So moved, Dermody.
Is there a second?
Second, Forsland.
Okay, Dermody moves, Forsland seconds the motion, and that motion is to recommend to TAC the proposed amendments as overviewed by staff to the 2023 UPWP. And this is 2023 UPWP amendment number 1. Jed, will you call the roll, please?
Stenson,
Aye.
Picone,
Aye.
Dermody,
Aye.
Reef, Howley,
Aye.
Burns.
Aye.
Katsukos.
Aye.
Mitiko. I'm sorry, I saw you come off mute and didn't hear you there, Gina.
Oh, sorry. Aye. Did you get that?
Yep. AO.
Aye.
Okay.
Aye.
Forsland,
Aye.
Atkins,
Aye.
Mayel,
Aye.
Allen,
Aye.
Beckwith,
Aye.
Corbett,
Aye.
Larson,
Aye.
Abney, Merrick,
Aye.
Mahold.
Aye.
Mr. Chair, that is 17 ayes, no noes, and no abstentions.
Okay, thank you, Jed. So the UPWP amendments are approved for forwarding to TAC as presented. And that will conclude our meeting. And so we'll adjourn and see most of you again in about 20 minutes for the TPP work group. Thank you, everybody.